I didn't tell anyone I was going. Not my friends, not my family. No one. I told myself it was because I wanted peace. Silence. A break from constant notifications, responsibilities, and the noise of life. But if I'm being honest now, sitting here and writing this, maybe it was something else. Maybe a part of me wanted to disappear for a while. That was my first mistake. The second was believing I understood the woods. I had always been drawn to forests, the deeper, darker ones that most people avoided. I'd watched countless hiking videos, survival tutorials, top 10 unexplained forest mysteries at 2 a.m. I thought I was prepared. I packed carefully. 2 water bottles, protein bars, a flashlight, a pocket knife, a cheap compass, and my phone fully charged. I wasn't reckless, just overconfident. The trail I chose was called Ridge Hollow. It wasn't famous. No big tourist attraction, no crowds, no guided tours. Just a forgotten trail on the edge of a rural map barely mentioned in forums except by a few people who described it as peaceful, undisturbed, and once, strangely, too quiet. That should have been my warning. When I reached the entrance, the first thing I noticed was how still everything felt. Not calm, still. Like the air itself had stopped moving. A weathered wooden sign leaned slightly to one side. The words Ridge Hollow Trail were faded, chipped by time and neglect. Underneath, someone had carved something into the wood. Deep scratches, uneven. I stepped closer to read it. It looked like it said, "Don't follow the voice." I laughed under my breath. People loved to add creepy messages to places like this. It made things more interesting, more dramatic. I ignored it. That was my third mistake. The first hour felt perfect. Sunlight filtered through tall pine trees, casting shifting patterns across the ground. The scent of damp earth and leaves filled the air. My boots crunched softly with each step. I even stopped a few times to take pictures, one of the trail stretching into the distance, another of a fallen log covered in moss. I posted one online with the caption, "Solo hike, just me and nature." If I had known what was coming, I would have turned back right then. But nothing felt wrong. Not yet. It started subtly. At first, I didn't even notice it. Then slowly, something felt off. The birds stopped. I don't mean they flew away. I mean they stopped existing. No chirping, no fluttering wings, no distant calls, just silence. A heavy, unnatural silence that pressed against my ears. I paused mid-step, listened. Nothing. Even the wind had disappeared. "Okay," I muttered. "That's weird." I forced a small laugh, trying to shake it off. Forests have quiet moments. It's normal, right? I kept walking. About 10 minutes later, I heard it. A single footstep behind me. I stopped instantly. My breath caught in my throat. Slowly, I turned around. Nothing. Just rows of trees stretching endlessly, their shadows long and unmoving. I waited. Listened. Still nothing. "It's just an echo," I whispered. Or a deer. Something like that. I nodded to myself, as if agreeing made it true. And then I kept going. The second time, it wasn't subtle. Crunch. Clear. Distinct. Closer. I froze again. This time I didn't turn immediately. I just stood there, heart pounding, trying to listen carefully. And then... crunch. Another step. Not mine. Not echoing. Following. I spun around. "Hello?" I called out. My voice sounded wrong, too loud in the silence, like it didn't belong there. No response, but I felt it. That crawling sensation at the back of my neck. The unmistakable feeling of being watched. That's when the trail began to disappear. I hadn't noticed when it happened. One moment I was following a narrow but clear path. And the next, it was gone. The ground looked the same in every direction. Leaves, dirt, roots, shadows, no markers, no signs. I turned around, expecting to see where I came from. But there was nothing familiar. Not a single recognizable detail. Panic began to creep in. Okay, stay calm," I muttered. I pulled out my phone. No signal. Of course, I opened my compass instead. The needle spun slightly before settling. North. Great. But which way had I come from? I couldn't remember. That realization hit harder than anything else. I had been walking without paying attention, because I thought I didn't need to. Crunch. My head snapped up. The footsteps again, but this time, they didn't stop. They moved, slowly circling. Crunch, 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 always just out of sight. I turned in circles, trying to locate the source. "Who's there?" I shouted. Nothing. Just the steady, deliberate sound of something moving around me. Studying me. Hunting? "No," I said quickly. "No, don't think like that." But my body didn't believe me. My hands were shaking. My chest felt tight. My instincts were screaming. Run! So I did. I ran blindly through the trees, branches slapping against my arms, roots threatening to trip me with every step. I didn't care about direction anymore. I just needed distance, needed space between me and whatever that was. But the sound didn't fade. If anything, it got closer. Wait. I stopped so abruptly my legs almost gave out. The voice was right behind me, soft, calm, human. Relief flooded through me so fast it almost made me dizzy. I turned around. Hey! Thank God, I'm lost. No one was there. My words died in my throat. The silence returned, thicker than before. Wait, this time it came from my left. Same voice, same tone, exactly the same. Too perfect, like a recording, like something replaying a human sound without understanding it. A chill ran down my spine. Okay, that's not funny, I said, my voice trembling. Wait. Now from the right. Closer, too close. My heart started racing. You need to leave, I whispered to myself. Then it laughed, a soft, broken laugh. Not loud, not natural, just wrong. I ran again, faster than before, desperate now. The forest blurred around me, trees blending together, shadows stretching unnaturally. I couldn't tell how long I ran. Minutes? Hours. Time didn't feel real anymore. And then, I fell. Hard. Pain exploded through my ankle as I hit the ground. I cried out, clutching my leg. Damn it. I tried to stand, but my foot twisted painfully. Something was wrong. Badly wrong. That's when I noticed the ground beneath me. It wasn't just dirt. It was disturbed, uneven, scratched. I leaned closer, and my blood ran cold. Deep gouges covered the soil, long, frantic marks, like something had been clawing at the ground, not paws, not tools, fingers, human fingers. Dozens of them, overlapping, desperate, like someone had tried to dig their way out of something. No, I scrambled backward. And that's when I saw it. A shoe, half buried in the dirt, old, worn, definitely not mine. I stared at it, my mind struggling to process. Then, wait, this time it came from everywhere, all directions, surrounding me, close. So close I felt like something was standing right behind me, breathing. I didn't look. I couldn't. Every instinct told me not to. I forced myself up, ignoring the pain in my ankle, and stumbled forward, one step at a time, then another, then faster. The voice followed, always just out of sight, always repeating, wait, wait, wait. Eventually I saw light, a break in the trees, and beyond it, a road, real, solid, safe. I almost collapsed from relief. I limped toward it, tears blurring my vision. Every step felt like it might be my last, but I made it. The moment my foot touched the pavement, the voice stopped. Completely. The forest went silent again. I turned around slowly. Nothing. No movement, no sound, just trees, endless, empty trees. A car passed by about 10 minutes later. The driver stopped when he saw me. I must have looked insane, dirty, shaking, limping. Are you okay? He asked. I got lost, I said. That was all. I didn't tell him the rest. I couldn't. That night, I didn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard it. Wait. Soft. Close. Like it was right beside me. Around 2 a.m., my phone buzzed. I flinched. Slowly, I picked it up. A notification. A video. From my camera roll. My stomach dropped. I didn't remember recording anything. With trembling fingers, I opened it. The footage was shaky, dark. It showed me running through the forest, my breathing loud, panicked. Then, the camera turned, just for a second, and I saw it. Something tall. Too tall. Standing between the trees, its limbs were long, unnaturally long. Its head tilted at an impossible angle, and its face looked like mine. Not exactly, but close enough, like a distorted reflection, watching me, learning me. The video cut off. I dropped my phone. My hands were shaking uncontrollably. No. I backed away from the bed, from the phone, from everything. I never went back. Never even considered it. I told myself I survived, that it was over. But 3 nights later, I heard something new. Not wait. Something else. Faint. Barely audible. Right behind me. Come back. I froze. My entire body went cold. Slowly, very slowly, I turned my head. And in the reflection of my window, I wasn't alone. To be continued. Next step, it followed me home, and now it knows my name.